Hey dudes, John here, and welcome to another. I guess it's gonna be a review and unboxing today on some more fidget spinners. That's right. So we've showed you guys this thing before, the ANSI Toys fidget spinner, but we got a box full. Well, maybe not a box full. We ordered like 3 or 4, and I'll show you up on the screen what we got here in order as they are on screen. We got a few different random ones. Throw some packaging away here. Let's go with this guy first. Okay, the one up on screen here. It's a Rexway hand spinner. Spins 5 minutes max, 360 degree, anti-anxiety, blah, blah, blah. It's got good ratings. It's about 19 bucks. And some of these are a little bit on the pricier side, but I wanted to review different sizes, different shapes, different styles of spinners other than your standard, 3 with multiple bearings inside of it, which are cool, but these can be really large. And I think some people have smaller hands, like my 6-year-old son. He uses it more for a toy than he does a tool, but he does like something a little bit smaller. Where my hand is really big, I can actually, make this spin in my hand with no problem, with plenty of gap in between. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open. It comes in this cool little tin case here, and it looks like it's just a spinner, which is cool. That's all you really need. I mean, it's got this little foam casing packaging, and the outside is metal. Now, a lot of these spinners that I've seen are gold on the outside, and I'm not a big fan of gold, but I like this metal color here. It's plastic on the inside, it looks like. I thought it was going to be metal, like another aluminum, but it does spin really smooth, and it's like a gyroscope, I swear. Ooh, maybe not so much. It's like a gyroscope. It does spin like super smooth, so it feels really cool when you shift the angle on it, and it's really tiny. I mean, look at that. Look how small that thing is. I'll put it up to this. It's probably the size of my lens. It actually is. It's the size of my lens. That's freaking cool, dudes. It spins super smooth. I don't know if the caps come off on this. I know a lot of them, the caps come off. They do, and it's got this like mini bearing inside of it. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll put a link in the description section below for all these that I'm going to be showing you guys today. It does have this little Rexway branding, like laser inscription on the inscription on the side over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There it goes. I think we can get it to focus a little better now. There it is, right there. We're going to be doing a giveaway of yet another fidget spinner. I haven't decided which one we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing another giveaway. So if you guys want a fidget spinner, do hashtag Command Z Spinner. We'll put it right down here at the bottom right here to enter on either Instagram, on Twitter, or right here on YouTube. So you guys can put that in the comment section below, and I'll put a link in the description for our Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and everything else. And you guys can comment on those posts, the appropriate posts as well. Hashtag Command Z Spinner. So we're going to be giving away a free spinner. Now this one here is called a, it's a Fune. I don't know. Fune. It says Tri Spinner. I don't know why it says Tri Spinner fidget toy. Not a tri spinner. It's a two-sided thing. It's a hand spinner. The box came a little worse for wear. It's all beat to heck. It looks like it was packaged like a bunch of them, and this one just happened to get a bit on the crush side. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. Nothing fancy about it. Toss the packaging. But here is our fidget spinner. Is made out of metal. A little clicky clacky, whatever. I've seen gold versions of this, and this guy is super freaking tiny. Look at that. You can keep that in your pocket, no freaking problem. Ooh, I don't know how. If you move it, it hits the. Okay, it's better on this. Oh no. If you barely shift it, you can feel it like almost grinding against itself. I don't know how good this one is. You can feel it. It slows itself down. As soon as I turn it a little bit, again, it's like hitting the brakes. It's like the thing is fighting against the bearing, so they're grinding. So there's a little bit of drag. If you leave it totally still, it's perfectly fine. But as soon as you turn it a little bit of speed in either direction, you can feel it grinding. I don't know if you can hear that. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can put it up to the mic. I don't know if you guys can pick that up or not. Let me see if I can try it again. I'm sorry if you guys can hear the fan below my desk right here. I have it blowing on me on a sideways angle here. It's really hot in my office, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get all freaking gross and sweaty again, and I really don't want that. Yeah, it's got some drag, some grinding issues, because I think the finger things, the actual handholds, are also metal, which is cool, but I feel like it's causing it some drag issues. But then again, it is really inexpensive. This is $4.99. I think we paid a little bit more from it because it was Prime when we bought it, not an add-on item. So I know if everything on Amazon changes on a daily basis. The prices could be $9 one day and $2 the next day. It's super random. It depends on the vendor who's selling these things, and that's how Amazon works. And it's really unfortunate because I can't just tell you it's $9.99 and it's always going to be $9.99, because that's not how Amazon vendors work. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and set this guy aside. The next one that we have here is a Wangway. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce a lot of these Chinese brands. A lot of these brands will use the name of their factory that they were produced from in order to use that as their product name. A new rainbow style overbearing crab spinner. It's a rainbow. You know those rainbows, those darn rainbows. Anyway, it comes packaged in this little thing here. It comes in plastic. Toss that. It comes in a little tin. Some foam. Oh, the fidget itself is freaking awesome looking, but it feels super light. Maybe it's like, is it aluminum? You can feel it's kind of loose right here, but that's fine. Oh, they come unscrewed. I love these, where you can unscrew the top and bottom here, and you have just the exposed bearing. I don't know if you guys can see that exposed bearing in there. That is freaking awesome looking. This spinner is amazing looking. You see the inside there? The bearings? That looks freaking sick. I think that's like the coolest look for a spinner. But let's go ahead and put the caps back on it. And the colorways on this are freaking awesome. The rainbow color, sorry. It does look pretty cool, and it's machined. You can actually see the machining marks on the inside there. So it must be aircraft aluminum. That's why it's so light. But you can actually see the machining marks on the inside. I'll put my hand behind it to kind of give it a better zoom. If you guys can see that in the camera. So let's go give this guy a spin. Oh, this one's satisfying. It spins super smooth. It does grind a little bit when you turn it, but not nearly as much as this guy here. But it does spin, and it looks freaking awesome when it spins. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks freaking amazing. But you can hear that grinding. Let's loosen it up a little bit. Maybe because maybe the caps are grinding. I don't know. Oh, the actual casing inside the center here is coming undone. Let's tighten it down. So it looks like what it is they have this little, I don't know if you can see that right there. It's threaded into the body, so it's holding the bearing in place. So let's crank that down and see if that helps. They should have used like a Loctite. I don't know if you know what a Loctite is. It's a type of it's a glue that's removable, but it keeps things nice and steady so that they don't come unscrewed for things like this. Oh, that's way better. Okay, now that we cranked it down, it just needed a little tightening. And even when you turn it, you don't feel any grinding anymore. It's just freaking smooth. And they look really cool. I think they call it a crab claw. I guess I can kind of see that. It looks like a chomp chomp. But there's something super satisfying about this one. I think it's between the color, the way the colors spin, and the actual just feel in your hand of the motion of it as it moves. And when you turn it, you get so many different color variations in it. It's freaking awesome. Anyway, so I like that one. That one's really awesome. This one here runs, it's only $5.60 right now with free shipping. I think we paid like $19 for it. Prime though. So if it's not Prime, it's $5.60, but you have to wait, I think, a while to get it. When you have free shipping on Amazon, sometimes the wait time on them can be like a month out, which is fine. It's worth the wait. If you're not willing to spend $20, you only want to spend $5 or $6. This is definitely worth $5.60. I guarantee that. Okay, let's go ahead and set this one aside. Okay, the last one I'm going to show you guys is, I guess it's not a spinner. It came in this little baggie. It says Lee by Cell Fidget Spinner Gear. Now, it's not a fidget spinner per se, because this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys recognize this. For those of you that have like bikes with multiple gears, This is the back gear on a bike that shifts gears. So if you look here, let me show you. See this back gear? That's where the chain actually goes. But it looks freaking awesome. We paid like $19 for this thing, and it's no longer on Amazon. They switched it up, and it says could not find a match. The reason being is probably because they listed it as a fidget spinner, and it's not a fidget spinner. Lee Bike Cell is a manufacturer of these gears, bicycle gears. Now, if you spin it, it's like legit a fidget spinner. And it's all machined aluminum. Everything about it is amazing. The problem with it is it does not stay together. The little centerpiece is not part of the actual spinner. So you'd have to find a separate centerpiece, which is unfortunate because the pieces in the middle, if you guys can see these, here, I'll kind of put them back here. They're like legit freaking machined aluminum. They look amazing. Now, if you put like a nut and a bolt on it, maybe it would work, but it comes in these little parts here. And if you took the centerpiece out, actually, it does really look really cool because it still has that bearing in the center of it there. If you guys can see that, it looks really awesome. Like I said, it's machined and it does spin really well. Super smooth, very balanced. I mean, I guess it'd have to be because it's a bicycle part. So it'd have to be really balanced. And you can probably find these at bike shops, just the rear gear with the bearing inside of it. And I mean, it may not look balanced. I don't know if you can see it wobbling inside, but the actual gear itself is fully balanced as you spin it. And it looks freaking awesome as it spins. Pretty cool looking. I really like it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it back together. And what we're going to do is we're going to give these all a test spin and see how long we can get them to spin for. Now, I don't know how I'm going to get this one to spin. This one might be a little bit of a challenge, but let's go ahead and give these all a spin test. I'm going to actually probably place it right on here and just let it go. I'm just going to give it a one good flick and see how long they'll go for. And we'll just set a clock and time them all. Let's try this one. Because a lot of people will put like air hoses or pressure, extra pressure on them and get them to spin for like very many minutes. But how many people have an air compressor at home? Not very many. So that to me is kind of lame. You're just going to be flicking it once and seeing how long it's going to spin. And to me, that's probably a more accurate test than anything else. When you see these spins for 10 minutes, yeah, but you're putting 150 PSI behind it. Not so much. I mean, this guy's spinning for a really long time. The heavier the spinner is, remember, the longer it's going to spin. The more balanced it is, also the longer it's going to spin. And we'll call that good right there. All right, we'll try the little dude. On its side, without, like I said, without turning it a little bit, it spins really smooth. So it's not grinding or anything along those lines. So it looks like this one might spin for quite some time. If I had 5 hands, I would be able to do all these at the same time, and we'd be able to get a more accurate reading. This one might be the least longest time frame as far as spin time goes, but it looks like the most amazing because of all the inscribing and everything on the inside here. This one, color-wise, this one is freaking legit. I love this one. But Liam seems to like this one here, the wheel, so we'll see how this one goes. All right, this one's almost done. Okay, that one's finished. Let's try this one, guy. Oh, that one's spinning smooth. Ooh, you can hear it grinding though. Still going. and we'll call that stop. Then we're gonna go ahead and test the good old ANSI Toys one. All right, that one's almost stopped, and we'll call that one good. All right, so that's our spin test. I have Liam here now. I was gonna see if he could pick out possibly his favorite one. You want to go ahead and mess with these guys, including the old ANSI Toys one that we went ahead with. Which one do you want to try out first? You want to try this one? Which one do you like the best?
This one.
All right, thanks, dude. That was a 6-year-old's perspective. Let's go ahead and get a 10-year-old's perspective really quick from Ethan. Ethan's crazy hair. How you doing, buddy? Why don't you go ahead and grab each one of these and give them a spin and see which one's your favorite.
I like this one.
So
and this one.
That's 2 for 2.
The Ethan I picked up.
It's the same one Liam picked. A 10-year-old perspective and a 6-year-old's perspective. Ethan actually uses these regularly for actual issues for fidgeting. So he spins this. He takes this to school all the time. He's actually not allowed to have spinners in his class anymore. As I've heard from a lot of you dudes and dudettes out there, fidgets in general are being excluded from schools. Fidget spinners are being excluded from classrooms. I could see the spinners being a distraction. I really can, because everybody who's going to want to play with it, everybody sees it. To the teacher, it looks more like a toy as opposed to something you're just barely holding your hands and clicking around. But to me, I still think they're a tool, so I'm pushing these off as still being tools, even though you get a bunch of really cool different kinds of shapes and sizes you can buy them in. This one here is probably my favorite, only because of its colorway and how smooth it feels. But if I were to have to pick one out of all these right now, I think I like this one. I think it spins really long. I like the fact that it's super smooth and it's a wheel. There's nothing that's going to grab in your pocket. I can throw this in my pocket and not worry about it, you know, tearing a hole in my pants from like something like this that's jagged and sharp. I do like that, but I think that would be a problem. And I think I would rather carry this around with me. And it's still small enough to where it's not a problem. It's not going to look giant and bulky like something like this is in my pocket. So yeah, dudes, let me know what your guys' opinion is. Let me know in the comment section below. What's your favorite?